Okay, take two. Welcome to race 6 of the ANZCRL V8 Supercars Endurance Cup Series. I'm your host tonight, Night Pegasus 120. Now, interesting race tonight. Let's just see if we can get the camera sorted onto someone properly here. It looks a bit better, doesn't it? Alright, getting underway. So, I had a few technical issues. So, what the hell? I think the cameraman's trying to spot some girl in a bikini up there at the back. Rather than actually focusing on what we should be, that is the cars, of course. Let's get on board a car here. Here we go. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? So, a few technical problems before we started tonight. Not quite sure. Broadcast booth. The cameraman ended up staring at the garage door, so we missed all of qualifying. So, we'll just go through some of the things. So, in our first free practice, Sato was the fastest with a 1:01, followed by Wrapped Pigeon. Then Logical Sports. Commander Cirrus filling in for Dado Racer tonight. Whopper tonight, filling in for Whopper tonight. Whopper's not able to be here because Farmer wants a wife's on, and that takes precedence over any V8 Supercars. And then we got Dark Racing 40 and Night Havoc, Commander Jim. That's how they finished up in practice. So then we went on to qualifying. We saw Wrapped Pigeon take out qualifying by 1/100th of a second. Quite a good lap there. Followed by Sato Racing at P2. From memory, I think it was a Logical Sports. Then, can't quite remember. Commander Jim, I think. Seriously, what's going to happen here? Just going to complete a formation lap. These guys, because we had to quit out of the lobby and restart it to get everybody in, and so I could broadcast tonight. I'm going to complete a formation lap. Everyone's going to get themselves into order here. Fortunately, Woody Racing didn't get a qualifying time. Had a little family emergency, dealing with his son, making sure he's all happy before he gets underway. So as I was saying, everyone's just sorting themselves into their correct race order. They're going to do a formation lap, come around to the start-finish line, line up in their grid positions. We've added an extra lap to this event today. So it will be 83 laps. And then when the timer gets to a certain spot, an even number on the timing screen, then the race will get underway. It's a bit of a higgledy-piggledy start, but it's the best we can do with Project Cars 2. Getting a bit long in the tooth this game. I think 5 years old. Held up reasonably well. Unfortunately, it's not going to be supported a bit later in the year. Alright, so before we get underway, we'll just go through the standings. So, in the driver's standings, we've got a Logical Sports out in first place with 527 points, followed by Woody Lizard. Starting from the rear of the field, he's got 516. Night Havoc in third, 506. Dark Racing 40 in fourth, 479 points. Commander Jim in fifth, 472. Sato Racing 427. Wrapped Pigeon 350.5 points. Dado Racer hasn't raced for a while, 317 still up there. And then Whopper, who Commander Cirrus is filling in for, 288.5. Then bringing up 10th and 11th. Highlander on 273. XD Cookie on 48, hasn't competed since the first week. Getting to the Teams Championship, Satmar Motor Racing out in front, 978. Vazmac Motorsports, 954. Almanac Racing, 804. Besmoyne Pace Motorsports, 799. Team Mondeline, both drivers are away at the moment. There's people are trying to get themselves sorted on the grid. Really is an interesting start to a V8 Supercar race. So there's the team results there. Now we've got live points as we go along, so 300 points to first place this session. And they're away! Take off from the line. Everyone seems to have got away pretty good coming into turn one. It's what we're going to see as we come through here. All Pace Motorsports, Dark Racing 40 getting a bit sideways, followed by Sato, Logical Sports, the teammates there. Dark Racing diving up the inside into the hairpin. Now this is the national circuit at Silverstone tonight. We picked this one, it looks the most like Sandown as we're trying to recreate the V8 Supercar Real Life Championship. Here we go, Dark Racing 40 got the inside of a Logical Sports, 83 laps to go, so just need to settle into a groove here, these guys. Maintain their tyres, their fuel. Probably got one pit stop to come. Tyres will go off. Not sure if they can make it all the way. Certainly, Dark Racing 40 running a bit wide there, got a bit deep. Don't have very good camera angles through this section here. Rat Pigeon out in front. Let's hope he can hold on to it today. Hope his internet holds up. Followed by Sato. We've got these two here. Dark Racing 40. Oh, back in the background there. Night Havoc just getting a bit twitchy. Tyres still getting to warm up. Adjust their pressures. Logical Sports, he'll just sit there patiently out in front in the championship. He doesn't really need to win, just needs to make sure he finishes tonight to try and maintain that lead with his main rival Woody Lizard bringing up the rear of the field. So 10 points, 11 points between those two. Night Havoc a bit further back, he's 21 points behind. So Logical just needs to maintain this distance in front of the two guys behind in the championship. Oh, cones go flying there. Car's getting a bit wobbly. Commander Cirrus are filling in tonight, so helping out the Armagnac team. And not quite sure what happened to Logical there. Dropped quite a few seconds. Let's get up to the lead now. We've got Sato, Rat Pigeon. As they come into the... not quite sure what the name of this chicane is. Let's have a look at this. Anyway, make their positions at the moment. Sato, as we know, very fast driver, trying to maintain his concentration. It's going to test him doing 83 laps around here. Hopefully he can hold on. Night Havoc catching up to a Logical. So this is our first and third in the championship. Oh, see the car sliding through there. In the background, Commander Cirrus dives up the in front side of Jim, runs wide, gone too deep. Dirty tyres. Now he's got to try and rejoin without taking out his teammate. And so safely. Woody Lizard second in the championship. And it's as you let's head back up to the front of the field. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit distracted, just trying to find out the Silverstone circuit. Right. We don't want to do that. We want to go back to this. Long way to go in this track. Just pulling up here, and here we go. Luffield is what I'm thinking. No, that's not Luffield. It's Vale as they come down through the running through the loop here, Farm Curve. And back out onto the Hangar Straight. Rat Pigeon, he doesn't like those cones. He's going to try and knock one off every lap round. Trying to drop Sato out of the slipstream. Probably better off just settling into a pace now. Just get a rhythm going. Dark Racing 40's got a time penalty there by the looks of it up on the screen. Sato just holding on to his car. As we say, he's pretty fast through here. Now here they come down into Vale and Club Corner. Hard on the brakes. Quite a tight little section through here. Let's just pull up the speedo so we can get an idea of what gears they're running. So come across the line, 101.9 litres. Let's see how much they're burning each lap, how many laps they're going to get out of a tank. The other battle was back here between the teammates, Commander Cirrus and Woody Lizard. And we see that Commander Jim's got a time penalty there. That's the red flash there. So he's got about 101.9 as well. These three just maintaining their pace, their positions. Long way to go, not a sprint race this one. So mainly about settling your car down, making sure your tyres are at the correct temperatures and pressures, maintaining those. Get your rhythm going, settle in. This is about an hour and a half race, this one. Make sure you've got your race strategy right. No use pushing too hard early on, long way to go. Alright, we look up here, we've got Night Havoc starting to close in on a Logical Sports. As I was saying, this is our first and third in the championship. This is where most of the interest will be tonight. See where these guys finish off. Just getting a bit taily there. I'm not quite sure what... Ooh, let's have a look. What did Sato burn going around that lap? So, about 2.5. Oh, and the leaders get together. Rap Pigeon said, oh, a bit of a nudge. Wasn't like that. Dark Racing 40, how they're going to rejoin? Is there going to be a redress there? I'm not quite sure what happened. Somebody outbraked themselves, forced them both wide. So they're burning about 2.5 litres a lap. So 520. They're going to get about 20. Is it 20 laps? 20 laps out of a tank. So doesn't quite sound right. 2.5. No, 40. So they're going to pit at least once, maybe twice. Interesting to see how they manage their fuel. So that little incident there, that led Dark Racing through into first position. Just inherited the lead. Sato, oh, a bit taily there. Trying to hold on. Oh, and again, has it got a bit of damage? I'm not quite sure. Very finicky with the front end, these cars. A little tap on the aero might be enough just to like give them a bit of oversteer. Quite gripping up. A bit tentative around there. Rap Pigeon as well. That's allowed a Logical Sports to close in a bit too. So all of a sudden this race has tightened up. Come through this section now, heading out to the hangar straight. As I was saying before, this is the national circuit. Oh, Sato giving the cones a bit of what for as well. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all bunched up here. And we've got back in the background Commander Jim, Commander Cirrus, and Woody Lizard bringing up the rear. As Wrapped Pigeon makes a move up the inside. Good move by him, nice and clean. Can he chase down Dark Racing 40? So Dark Racing 40 and Wrapped Pigeon, they are teammates. They don't want to be messing around too much. There's currently these guys sitting 4th in the championship. A good haul of points here though, can put them up into 2nd, up into 3rd at least. Get up into 3rd. And maybe knocking on the door of 2nd. Oh, what have we got here? Sato. Sorry, I was just looking at my monitor there, checking out the point score. Not quite sure what happened. He must have ran wide. Picked up a positions, had to do a read. Oh no, he's let a Logical Sports through. So something not quite right with his car. Not quite sure what that is. Anyway, he's still circulating. That's the main thing. Oh, look at that twitch back there from Commander Jim. So as I was saying before all that kicked off, not sure what tyres that these guys are running. Probably wanting to try and run the hards, I guess. Maybe that's what Sato's got on there. They're just starting to overheat a little bit. Or, oh, let's have a look up the top here. Pigeon chasing around Dark Racing 40. Trying to get up the inside. Now, as I said, these guys don't want to battle too hard. They are teammates. I think Rap Pigeon is quite quick. I think he was about a second quicker in the practice and in qualifying. So can he get round here safely? Trying to go the long way around the outside. He's got the run on him, got the inside. Oh, just forces Dark Racing 40 a bit wide. Takes the position back into first. Just needs to settle down now. See if he can extend that lead. All right, this brings Logical Sports in the Vazmac car up on the back of the pace car driven by Dark Racing 40. Doing quite well. And let's have a look back in the field now. These three here battling away. Woody Lizard, Commander Cirrus and Commander Jim. So a little tight battle. A couple of tight battles getting on around the place. Good, interesting racing. On the lap, it says lap 10, but we're actually on lap 9 of the race. Holding it on there. As they come down into Vale and around Club. So make their way out onto the main start finish straight. Oh, a bit of opposite lock there from Commander Jim. Car's a bit taily. And Woody Lizard, he's just adjusting. He ran the GT3 Audi Evo 2 a bit earlier today around Spa. He's had to jump on a plane, fly out to Silverstone to get here today. That trip's cost him a bit of practice time and qualifying. A bit further down than maybe what he should be normally. Commander Cirrus all over the back of Commander Jim there. Not quite sure which armies these two guys are out, but obviously they were high up in the ranks. It's a battle of the big dogs. Who's going to be the best commander? All right, back up the front. Got a Logical Sport all over the back of Dark Racing 40. Putting the pressure on. trying to make Dark Racing 40. Let's see if he can crack in here. Holding on nice as they exit club. And Logical Sports Car, it looks to be nice and settled, that car. Dark Racing 40 just a bit loose in the rear end. And Sato, he's managed to gather himself back up, maintain his position. And let's just get on board with these guys, hey, and see what... Come through here into the tight line now. Normally on the GP circuit, you hang a left there. Down to gear, down to second. Out on the hanger straight, boot flat to the floor once you get the grip going. Who's got the pace down here? Logical Sports in the slipstream, pushing hard. Coming to, I believe it's Abby this corner here. There we go, just a little twitch from the car out in front. Hard on the brakes. Oh, Logical Sports runs wide. Trying to get an advantage over everyone by getting rid of the 100-metre board. Now no one will know where they've got to brake. I think it's to hold it together though. Nice and tight on that curve on the inside. Come across the line. What's he going to drop down to? Down to fourth here. Off the throttle. Let the car settle. Hard on. Just a little lift there just to maintain the control. Down to second. Nice and tight on the curb. All over the back of Dark Racing 40 here. Runs a bit wide there. Looking for the grip, I guess. Who's on the power earlier? He's close in a little bit more here, hasn't he? So I've got Sato there with a bit of a time penalty. Just can't seem to get him down the straight though. Down the third. Throws the car in. Hard on the accelerator. Trips up. Get it though. Oh, Dark Racing 40 runs wide. Here's the chop opportunity. Oh, he had to lift there. Goes for the old under and over. The old switcheroo, but it doesn't work. Switcheroo ends up being a roo switch. Drops a bit of time back now. Falls into the clutches of Sato. No, still got a couple of seconds. All right, so tried hard, had an opportunity. Wasn't quite able to capitalise. These cars so twitchy. They've got the small tyres. They got a lot of torque. Really got to play with that throttle, get a little bit offline where there's no grip and it's all over Red Rover. So let's just drop back, see the battle behind. Got Night Havoc here, pressuring Sato, trying to catch up to a Logical Sport. So maybe it's a bit of a team situation playing in here. Sato just separating these two, just to gain a few more points for his teammate leading the championship. And again, Sato's just pulling away. As he heads down the back here, Woody Lizard. These three nose to tail have been for most of the race. Woody will be just settling in, as most of them are. Just look after those tyres, see if they can maintain their pace. Oh, Commander Cirrus gets it a bit wrong, had to go right. There's a bit of weaving there. I think Commander Jim's starting to feel the pressure from these guys behind. Really holding up Commander Cirrus, might be holding up Woody Lizard too, but just, oh, Woody runs a bit deep. Just to hold on to it. I think these guys, they need to start pushing now. They need to get past Commander Jim in the next couple of laps. Well, tour pit stops, gain a bit of time. You can see they've already dropped about 7 seconds off of Night Havoc. Woody, oh, just gets out a bit wide there, had to lift. Just drops back just a fraction. And tyres a bit dirty, runs wide again, went in a bit deep. Got a great view here though of the guys battling up in front. Oh, Commander Jim cuts the apex, gets the dirt. Everyone hard on the power. What's going to happen as we head down the straight? Can Commander Cirrus, is he reeling him in? No, just doesn't quite have the pace. Runs a bit wide. Takes the apex, try not to follow the car in front. Just can't get the job done through here. Just doesn't have the acceleration out that corner. Easy on the power, light for him, flips the curb. Oh, had a bit of a run, but had to lift there. Commander Jim parks it on the exit of the corner. Now, it's one thing to be fast in these cars, but you've got to be safe. You've got to understand your car, pick your moment. All right, so these guys are holding station. Let's head up here. Logical Sports starting to close back in on Dark Racing 40, a little further away. Night Havoc chasing down Sato. Still a bit of a gap there. Oh, Woody Lizard getting back in the hunt though as we watch these guys. Try to find a good camera angle here. Unfortunately, our budget's been a bit stretched this week, so we don't have that many cameras out on track. I think there's only about 5 cameramen, so we're not getting a great view of the from the track side of what's going on. Everyone seems to have pulled a little bit. Commander Cirrus, he's the guy doing the hassling at the moment. Oh, there we have it. Commander Jim gets a bit sideways. Sideways, would have lost a bit of momentum. Again, sideways again. Now, can Cirrus get a run on him down the straight here? Come into this corner, he's a bit too close, going to go wide around the outside, but that gives Commander Jim the inside for the tight bend up here. Cirrus all over the back, what can he do? Not much at all there, but just keep hassling, making burn up his tyres. But really needs to get past. Time's just dropping now, so they've lost at least another 6 seconds. Here we go, got a good exit out of there as they make the run down. They make the run down the hanger straight to Stowe. All over the back of him here. Commander Jim defending. Cirrus pulls out, decides to take the normal line. Oh, Commander Jim got the tail sideways just as the camera cuts away. Not a good spot. Dive into Vale, still can't get it done. I think it's only a matter of time though before Cirrus gets past here. Commander Jim doing the best he can to hang on, but he needs to settle down in his own race. I think if he lets these guys pass, settles down, might get a bit of rhythm, might pick up a bit of speed. Hopefully he can make up some time in the pit stops. And at the moment, just holding everybody up while he's fighting these guys off. And Woody Lizard just sitting there waiting to pick up the pieces if everything goes wrong. Commander Jim again takes a nice entry. Cirrus, oh, just gets on the power just a little too much. Bit of a tweak there, trying really hard. Again out of here, not quite the good run as he had last time. Oh, just trying to get a good, here we go, let's get on here with Woody. Oh, here we go. Going to try the old switcheroo. Does it work this time? Yeah, here we go. Gets a great on the power, but he's on the outside for the next corner. Oh, more grip out there for Commander Jim. But he's got a tight entry into here. Cirrus going wide again. Try to force the mistake. Commander Jim holding steady, holding firm, and again manages to hold that position. What a great piece of driving from these guys here. And Woody Lizard here. Got the best seat in the house at the moment. Oh, Cirrus gets it a bit sideways. Woody has the lift. Again, these guys are teammates, so they don't want to be fighting too hard. Oh, and it's starting to happen up in front too. Well, we've got Night Havoc. Oh, we've missed that one. I was about to swap over. Logical Sports got it wrong. Night Havoc's got past him. So, there we go. Night Havoc closes up. He's gained 4 points for that overtake. Dropped a few seconds. Missed that overtake. Apologies for that. But let's get back to this battle where it's nice and tight. Maybe tyres starting to turn up and show up some factors here. How fast is Woody Lizard going to be if he gets into some clean air? Of course, he's having to deal with all the aero wash from these guys. Just does affect these cars' handling. You generally get oversteer. Oh, there we go. Commander Jim pushing hard. If he keeps this up, he's going to burn out his front tyres. He's going to struggle. So that's why I think it'd be a good idea for him to just let these guys pass, settle in, get his car back under control, look for more of a strategic move. Here we go. Logical Sports slowly closing in. Oh, still about a second away. There's something laying on the side of the road there. Not quite sure what it is. Cirrus, can he get a good run? Oh, lock up brake there from Commander Jim. Just pinching the brake. Cirrus once again closing in under brakes. Can he get a good run? He's getting pretty good at this. If he nails this overtake, he's able to chase some other people down. I don't think they're going to hold him back. He's learned really well how to get through that final corner there following a car. Just doesn't quite have the legs though to come down here. Commander Jim just running wide again. Stowe's just not his corner, is it? Cirrus hard on the brakes all the time. You just want to brake a bit deeper. Closes. Look how fast he is through this section here compared to Commander Jim. all the time you just want to brake a bit deeper, but if you brake 1 metre deeper than you should, you run wide. So great discipline from this driver here. All right, coming up to Abbey. Just got to hold on to it through here, through Farm Curve. Close down into this little hairpin. This is where Cirrus starts to set up his run. Nice and patient through there. Slowly on the accelerator. Gives himself a good gap so he can get on the power early here. You don't want to be too close to the car in front, because if they're slow, then you've actually got to brake a second time so you don't run into the back of them. So you need to leave yourself a little bit of a gap. So if you've got better acceleration out of these corners, you can then accelerate, get that run on down the straight. Fortunately, not able to do that again. You see Commander Cirrus and Commander Jim battling hard. Still not quite working for these guys. And of course in the background we've got Woody Lizard now. Here's where Cirrus is faster through the slow corners. I think he's got a bit better handling car. Oh, something up the front here. What do we got? We've got Night Havoc closing in on Sato. Making the moves. Now he's been a dark horse. And I say that with my name being Night Pegasus, and we've got Dark Racing 40. Night Havoc, he's been a dark horse in this championship. Just slowly chipping away. Not making too much of a calamity for himself. Remember that great race that he had at the Nordschleifer, where he just went about his own business and he picked up the pieces, took home the trophy on that day, and slowly creeping his way into this championship. And a big roll race today, and then of course we've got the Bathurst 1000 coming up, so still in with a chance to steal this away. Just dropped a bit back from Sato there, and we've got a Logical Sports right on his tail. And as I say that, I give him a rap, gets it a bit sideways. Logical Sports all over the back of him now. Can he get his foot down? No, he can't. Really hard to overtake on this track with these cars. Got the run on him. He's pulling out to the inside. He's got to lift just a little early, just to make sure he can't. Oh, easy on the power. So much faster through there that time, but nowhere to go. Oh, and back here we've had a change of position between Woody Woods. Oh, as Night Havoc runs wide, side by side through here. Do they touch? No, they don't. And holds onto it. Yeah, he does. Logical gives him plenty of room. Good driving by these guys. Oh, if only the track side would give us a better view. So we missed the overtake back there. Woody and Commander Cirrus. Let's hope his car's all right. We'll just have a quick look. Seems to be okay. Probably his tyre's starting to go off. That gives Woody a chance now to attack Commander Jim. He said, need to get past this guy. Almost a third of the race gone. Sorry, quarter of the race gone now. Lap 22 of this race. We've got a Logical Sports though, all over the back of Night Havoc. Oh, they both get a bit twitchy. That'll give Night Havoc a better run out of that corner. Gives Logical Sports plenty of room though. Great respect between these two guys. Great to see. We love this sort of racing. We don't want the door banging and the crashing. We want to see nice, close, tight racing. That's what we're getting today. Logical Sports coming through farm there. Closing up. Closing in. Yeah, oh, just had to lift there. Night Havoc gets a better run out of that corner. Oh, using all the track and then some. There used to be some traffic cones out there. They've all been thrown to the curb. And now they're using all the track that they can, trying to maintain that acceleration or that speed as they come out of that corner. Here we go, Logical Sports up the inside. Puts his nose in, side by side as they go through Stowe. And they come down into Vale. But Night Havoc's got the inside. Logical gives him plenty of room. Great respect there, and looks like a Logical's got it done. Night Havoc trying to come back on the inside though. Great racing from these guys. And I think that job's well and truly done now. Logical will settle down. See if he can chase down his teammate Sato once more. Starting to pull away. So again, I just asked the question of the tyres. Fortunately, I'm not privy to the tyre selection before the race. It'd be great to find that out in the future, just so we know what's happening. But they'll keep this this information tight to their chest, these guys, true professionals that they are. All right, let's get back here. Oh, it's just come back to Woody, almost tapping Commander Jim. Commander Jim trying hard to defend Woody. Has he got a run on him? I think he has, as they come down, hangers straight. towards Star. I think Woody's got the job done. Settled in, finally adjusted to the V8 Supercars. I was saying he's driving the Audi Evo 2 2022 model this afternoon around Spa. That car got all the bells and whistles, traction control, ABS, brakes, you name it. And so he's had to adjust back into this, well, not so much old school, but sort of old school type of racing. No traction control on these cars. ABS is very limited, very primitive in its own way. Finally got to master that, moves up, gets a few more points for his team and for his championship hopes. Of course, Woody Lizard second. Oh, he loves pushing that outside there. Running second in the championship. So he's setting off now for Night Havoc. Night Havoc in third and in the championship, and they're just ahead of Woody, and a logical in first in the championship, just ahead of Night Havoc. So can he reel them in? Long way to go. Look at that. You see up the distance there. Logical's made a huge gap now, but Woody's got it all in front of him. 10 seconds. He's dropped 10 seconds in this battle, trying to get past Commander Jim. Commander Jim doing the right thing by his teammate, trying to hold up the championship contenders the best he can. And of course, we go to the to the team event. The Satmal guys in front of the Vazmax Sport. Vazmax Sport running third and fourth at the moment. Satmal running fifth and seventh, and then of course we got the Armagnac running running sixth and eighth. Meanwhile, out in front, Vesmoy and Pace Motorsport team first and second. We'll just watch this. All right, seems like this might have settled down a little bit. We'll just keep an eye on what's going on, but let's head up to the front. So we got what do we got? We got 4 cars with time penalties here, but here we are. Rap Pigeon had a bit of a battle with his teammate early on, lost the lead for a little while. Had a battle with Sato, not quite sure what happened there. They both ran wide out of farm and then into the hairpin, but he's managed to fight his way back to the start. Looking quite good at the moment, settled down, he's got no challenges, so he can just settle into his race. Doing a great job. Let's hope he can take home the win today. Deserves it. He's been fast all season, just suffered a bit of luck. A bit of bad luck. Had a few technical issues too as far as internet goes. Then his teammate in second here, Dark Racing 40, in the number 51 Pace Motorsports premium air intake system. He's settled in now, long way to go. As he knows he's a veteran at this man. Maybe just like trying to nurse his car through to the first pit stop, look after his tyres. Then we've got Sato Racing. Hopefully he's having a clean race today. Had his off early in the race. A little bit of a mud mat on the right-hand front side. Hopefully he'll settle down and challenge a bit later in the race for second on the podium. Then Logical Sports doing everything right today as he is as a championship leader. He just needs to circulate and maintain a lead over Night Havoc and Woody Lizard, which he's doing at the moment. He doesn't need to be fighting for the win. Doing well for the team as well. These guys might pull up a few points. They're only 24 points behind in the teams. And at the moment, these guys have got we've got 6, 13, so 13. They've got about a 13-point lead at the moment. So they're going to bring some of those points back in the teams event. Then we've got Night Havoc. So you see he was doing well, battling with Logical Sports. He had Sato in his sights there for a while. Maybe his tyres had just gone off. Just a little bit. He just needs to let them settle down, cool down, maintain that, come back. As I say that, he gets it all nice and twitchy. Then we've got Woody Lizard here in the Armagnac, number 77. He's been pretty steady contender all season. Really does deserve to do well in this championship. Second place at the moment. Coming down the straight. And they're there third, him and his teammate third in the team's championship. And we've got Commander Jim's done so well, fought so valiantly to hold these two at bay, but finally had to succumb to Woody's pressure. Cirrus just trying to maintain his tyres now, I think, come back. And get through to the pit stop. So it'll be interesting to know what tyres that these guys run. So interesting, let's have a look at the fuel situation. So we've got Commander Cirrus on 51 litres to go. Commander Jim on 50, Woody on 51, Havoc on 50, Sato on 50. sorry, logical finish. Sato burning lots of fuel, 47. So he's probably going to have to come in a lap or two earlier than most people. 49 for Dark Racing, Pigeon on 48, but he's almost half a lap in front of everyone else. Let's pull up the map so we can get a good idea where everyone is on track. So there you go, there's the full layout of Silverstone. Of course, we're only doing the bottom half of it. So as you can see, the leader's got almost a half a lap on the final three, so that's why he's burned a bit more fuel. So probably expecting him to come in and maybe, I think probably about 28 laps time. So we'll look at pit stops to start around lap 56, 57. There was some great times. Let's have a look at the timing, see what who's doing what. So top four pretty fast. Rat Pigeon, fastest lap of the day so far, 102.167. Then Sato in third. He's got the next fastest lap, 104.2. Oh, sorry, 102.4. And then his teammate 102.4. And then we've got Dark Racing 40, 102.5. Then we go back to Night Havoc, 103.1. And Woody Lizard at 103.6. Commander Jim 103.6 and Commander Sirius 103.1. So those guys, Sirius and Woody, been held up by Commander Jim. Woody's had a bit of a slow lap there, 105. So most of the guys just settling in now. I'm guessing the tyres just starting to wear just a little bit. Get rid of that, back to the action. All right, and let's head back here. So we got Sirius and Jim all starting to close in once more. Great battle coming up. This is what we were watching about 15 laps ago. Sirius has been sitting there watching, working out his strategy. Probably feels the car and the tyres are coming back to him now, so he's going to push now. Needs to get past Commander Jim, saying these guys losing time. Woody still hasn't made any more inroads. And as I say that, we've got Sato closing in on Dark Racing 40, but this one looks to be the closest one at the moment. Just trying to get the car in the right position, try and get the run. He's got a good run out of there. Oh, with the acceleration of that Falcon up in front, it's unbelievable. You see, holding up. Just trying to be nice and smooth on the throttle. They come down the hanger straight for the 32nd time. Heading into Stowe. Commander Jim just pulls a couple of tenths on Commander Sirius. Commander Sirius's car was handling good through here. You can see he's like a second and a half down on his best time though. Oh, closes in tight. When we see how this battle comes out, we'll go and check out. We'll do a lap with the leader, see how fast he's going. Right. Flying around Abbey, then into Farm. Commander Sirius trying to get the crisscross. Don't quite get it done. Sato just closing in on Dark Racing 40, I think under brakes. I keep getting a flash on my screen, let me know that we're getting close. Half a second down already on his best time. Early on the power, who can get the best power out of there? Got a run on him here. Commander Jim goes defensive. Commander Sarah's around the outside. Can't quite get it done. Trying to go the crisscross, the old under and over. Oh, we get on the track side. He's got a car in front. Defends. Got the job done. No, Commander Jim comes back, clips the curb. Sirius gives him plenty of room. Commander Jim runs wide. He's going to have to give that position back, I think. Yeah, and there he goes, redressing. Fought hard. Went deep under brakes on the dirty side of the track. Just couldn't quite hold it together. Great driving there, though. Gives the position back. Commander Sirius gets the job done. It's only taken him 30-something laps, but now he's set free. All right, let's head up to Sato Dark Racing. Oh, still a bit of a gap there. Interesting to see how those back guys settle out now that the overtaking's done. So what we're looking at, probably a lap round lap 56. We want to see pit. Sato is down to 37. There we go. Dark Racing 40. I think he's got a lap of fuel on Sato here. Going to see how these guys get on. Let's have a quick look back here. Commander Jim closing in. I think he's just hanging on to the back of Sirius at the moment. So we'll head up to the front here. This is where some of the interest is at the moment. There we go. Sato having 2 bites of the cherry there as he tries to enter the hairpin. Oh, Dark Racing 40 runs a bit wide. This gives Sato 15 a chance. Is he closing in? Let's have a look. No, he just can't quite get the power down, get the slipstream. He's just going to follow around. He's going for the pits. All right, can you make it from the end, Sato? Into the pits. Down to the pit speed. So you've got 35 litres. Is he going to go for tyres? That's the question. Let's have a look. You see our camera is not too good. Let's have a look at the... comes into the pit stop here. Let's see how this well-drilled team go. They put the tyres away. Put the fuel on. Fuel's going in. 35, 44. Filling it up. Are they doing tyres? I'm not quite sure. Did the car go up on the jacks? Let's have a look in the cockpit. Just waiting patiently. Things up. Still fueling. They're going to fuel it to the end. I think they are. They're going to go for tyres. We don't think that they did tyres on this stop. Just fuel only. Is that enough to get him to the end? It's going to have to be, otherwise he's got to do another pit stop. Dropping down the order. I've just heard Commander Jim go past there. Waiting a bit, so maybe he's got a bit of damage from that incident a bit earlier on with that pigeon. Off he goes. No, I don't think they did tyres. Comes out of the pits. Who's just gone past him there? Let's have a look. Moving onto the track. There we go. So pit stop costs you a lap and then some. Of course, as we're saying, we're not sure whether he had some damage. So anyway, he comes out behind his teammate, Logical Sports. He's full of fuel. They want to be nudging each other, these guys. Did he get fresh tyres? I guess about a lap or two's time we'll find out for sure. So he'll... should be a bit faster than most people. So there we go. Sato 15, first pit stop of the race, lap 36. And he's probably not happy with that, where he's come out, because now he's stuck in traffic a bit. And these two fighting each other now. He decides to let him go. Logical Sports lets your teammate go. Because the battle is, like I said, Logical doesn't need to fight Sato or any of these other guys. He just keeps Night Havoc and Woody Lizard behind him. So Sato's left free now to chase down Dark Racing 40. If he gets anywhere close to him before Dark Racing 40 pits, then he should get him with the old undercut. But how's his car going? I think he's got the fresher tyres. Yeah, and already look, he's faster. So definitely taken tyres. We had that damage fixed. Interesting to see what the other pit stops are as far as times go. All that yet to unfold. Alright, things are settled down a bit more. Commander Cirrus closing in on his teammate, Woody Lizard. Commander Cirrus filling in for Whopper this round. As we said, Farmer Wants a Wife's on tonight, so he's had to give way to the boss in the household by the sounds of things, so he wasn't able to make it tonight. Anyway, let's get on board with the leader. Let's see how he goes about his work from the cockpit, hey? All right, coming into this little corner here on the hanger straight, up through the gears, second, third, fourth, revving out to 7,500 RPM, fifth, up to sixth. What's he pulling down the straight here? There's 6, 250, 660. Just hitting 260 as he comes in the Stowe. I think it's Stowe, isn't it? Yeah. Third gear, up to fourth, looking for a braking point. It's gone now, thanks to a Logical Sport. Probably use the outside of that curve there. Turns in nicely, second gear through here. Off the threshold, just let the car roll through. Picks it up as the car settles out. Flip that corner on the inside on the right there. Up again through the gears, fourth, up to fifth. Do they tap out sixth here or just hold it in fifth? Hold in fifth, down to fourth just to steady the car. Bit of a blip of the throttle, then hard back on it, up to fifth. 100 metre board, just probably brake about 75, down to second, flip the curb, run the car wide, take this exit here, grab that curb, up to third, and then back on the hanger straight, cuts the corner, using all of the track out there now that the cones are gone. And there we go, a lap of Silverstone National. Pretty quick, isn't it? That was a 102.86, 886 there from Rapid Pigeon. Great work from him. See his car now. How's the attitude on this car? It's a little, looks pretty settled, doesn't it? A bit better than the replays I saw a bit earlier. He had the car going on all three wheels through Abbey, I think it is. Just need to check on my track map here. Yeah, had the car on three wheels through Abbey and Farm. He's managed to dial the suspension in a bit better now. Bit slow, doesn't need to push though. What's he got? 25 litres left. Doesn't need to come into the pits yet. They've probably got about another 12, 13 laps before we start to see this. Oh, Commander Jim's in the pits. Let's have a look here. And we got, yep, filling up to the end. And then we've got Commander Cirrus. And where's Sato? Sato's, he managed to get past Dark Racing. Not quite see. Yeah, so somewhere amongst all that, Sato past Dark Racing 40 there, carrying off. So I guess he's at a point now where he's on a run to try and get the leader. Will the leader come in early and try and get rid of the undercut? Interesting to see. Commander Cirrus, Woody Lizard teammates here for the Almagnac team, racing team. Woody just getting a bit wrong there. Cirrus starting to close in on him. This is the battle on the track. Also, looks like Logical Sports come in and done his pit stop as well. So, the new order. Wrapped Pigeon racing out in front. Dark Racing 40 maintaining his second position. Wrapped Pigeon 23 seconds out in front. What an amazing drive from him today. Oh, Woody Lizard running wide there. Maybe tyres just starting to go off. Also, as the fuel's coming out of these cars, the balance changes, so you need to adjust to that too. Just need to probably switch some brake bias. Just back a bit more to the rear as the weight comes out. Cirrus being patient on the throttle there. Surely it won't be, it's only a matter of time before he gets past his teammate. Alright, back to the positions. Night Havoc in third position. Across the line here. And then this group here, Woody Lizard. Oh, getting a bit taily there. Car's getting a bit light in the rear end. Woody Lizard on the brakes early. Just needs to maybe adjust his brake bias, I feel, to help him out. Then Sato's mowing these guys down. As we're saying, so what are we looking at? We're looking at about a minute 10 for a pit stop. We've got Dark Racing 40 in the pits. Here he comes. All right, let's see. How long does this take? I don't really have a clock on me. Maybe I should have got prepared for that. By the end of the season, I'll have all this stuff sorted out. And let's have a look. Okay, looking for the clock. Pretty pointless now though, because he's been in the pits for a while. All right, we've got Night Havoc going past. I'm guessing that's Woody Lizard going past. Let's get to the track side. We can see these guys go past. Yep. So next guy we're looking for is Sato Racing. Someone else in the pit. Wrapped Pigeon, the leaders in the pits. So interesting times now. Where does Sato Racing come out? Where is Sato on the track? All right, coming out of club. So wow, what a effort from him in the last few laps. Easily makes it past Dark Racing 40. Just starting to roll down the pit lane now. Now Sato's chasing down Pigeon. The Commander Cirrus and Woody Lizard too. All side by side. Are they going to dive in the pits? Is someone going to dive in the pits? No, they're going around again. Now, Woody Lizard, he's not racing again. Oh, he wants every point he can get, though, so maybe some team orders need to come in here, but let's get back. Night Havoc in the pits as well. Let's follow Sato around. Who's going to come out of the pits? He's coming down the hanger straight. Where's Pigeon? Wrapped Pigeon. Still in the pits. Is he moving? Oh, I've got it on the wrong person. Oh, let's get my cameras under control. Where is he? Where is he? He's rolling now, coming down the pit straight. Where's Sato? Sato just exiting club. Oh, this is so tight. Who's going to get this? This is for the lead here. Rap Pigeon out of the pit lane. Sato, so Rap Pigeon holds the lead. Great strategy call there from the pit boss. I think if he left it any later, his tyres might have cost him the race. So back to these guys. They were fighting 1 and 2 early in the race when we saw them both end up off the track there at the hairpin. There we got Dark Racing. He's all over the back of the Logical Sports. Just come out of the pit soon. Just got his tyres up to pressure, I guess. Starting to heat up. So Logical Sports got a couple of laps older tyres on his car. Alright, Commander Cirrus decides to pit. That's great. That releases Woody Lizard from the pressure coming in. Woody Lizard still going. Finally gets to do some clean laps on his own. We get back to this battle here. And then we'll check on people's fuel. So Night Havoc. He's ended up... Oh, what's he done? 158. Of course, he only just left the pits. Interesting to see how this all plays out once the pit stops are completed. So, after this, last person to pit will be Woody Lizard. And we'll see where everybody's at. Dark Racing slowly catching in to Logical Sports. So, Logical Sports just jumped him in the pits. He's done the undercut. Oh, a bit of a lift there. Dark Racing 40 pushing really, really hard. Just needs to settle down now, get his rhythm back after the pit stops. Commander Cirrus still in the pits. Woody Lizard yet to pit. Let's just have a look at the fuel on here. 97. So who's got too much? 111. Commander Cirrus. Way too much fuel, I think, to the end. Oh, what not? I don't know. 94. 86, 91, 89, 107, and 17. Definitely got a pit again. So, fuel. Who's got the fuel right and who's got the fuel wrong? Sato. Oh, what's happened here? Going slow. He had a bit of a moment, has he? Not quite sure. 88. Now he was fighting with Dark Racing and he's got 85. He's got doing his fastest lap at the moment. So Sato, has he got too much fuel or has Dark Racing 40 got not enough? Interesting. Illogical Sports. He's got more again. We've got Woody Lizard yet to pit. Interesting. So, as Rap Pigeon hit 105 litres exactly, let's follow him around. Let's get a read on, and he's the fastest guy on the track. So let's get a read on the fuel burn. See if we can work out who's got enough fuel to get to the end. By the way, no one's been lapped yet, which is quite great. Although we can see, Woody Lizard is still yet to pit, so keep that in mind. So he had 105 exactly as he came across the line. Is this going to be a race of fuel? I'm going to get my calculator out and see if we can do some calculations to work out how much fuel is needed to get to the end of this race. So Rap Pigeon coming down here into Vale, then he'll go around Club like a double apex. Tough corner, Club. You want to get on the power early, but this little section here catch you out if you get too much of the curb. Comes across the line now, 102.9, so what's he burning? 2.1. Okay, 2.1 litres per lap. We're on lap 48, so that means there's 46 laps to go. Times 2.1, 96.6, so say 98 for... So probably got about 2 laps too much fuel. So anyone that's under 96 litres per lap is in a bit of trouble. Well, we know Woody is because he's yet to pit. Sato, 83. So I feel like Sato's going to have to pit again. I feel like Illogical's going to have to pit again. Dark Racing, he's going to have to pit again. Night Havoc, yep, going to have to pit again. Commander Cirrus, he's fine to the end. Commander Jim, no, I think he's going to have to pit again. I think tyres might have been a call here, and these guys have all had to pit early because of their tyres. So, Woody Lizard, Commander Cirrus, Night Havoc. No, not Night Havoc. Who was the other one that had 100 in there? Just trying to see. Pigeon. Wow, interesting race. This is going to come down to a fuel mileage race, I believe. Fuel mileage. Well, if I got my calculations wrong, let's do that again. So, lap 49, that's actually only 35, isn't it? 36 lap. Oh, I got too excited there. Go back to school, do some maths. 36 times 2.1 equals 75. So, everybody's got more than enough fuel. Some guys have got way too much. Rap Pigeon's probably cost himself a bit of time putting too much fuel in. But again, he's got a 6-second gap over Sato. Woody Lizard, he's going to be stationary in the pits for the least amount of time. So can he jump quite a few people? And also he'll put on tyres. So that'll make his car a bit better handling. He'll have more grip towards the end of the race. So it might just save him. Yeah. Oh, Night Pegasus. You need to go back to school, mate. Go and learn to add up, or better still, learn to subtract. Anyway, I had a bit of excitement there. I thought this race was going to be quite exciting. Everybody's got it wrong, but that's why I'm up here doing the commentating, and they've got their pit crew and the crew chief calling the shots, hey. All right, let's head up the front. Woody, now Woody Lizard, who's he back? Here he comes, into the pits, finally coming in. 8 litres to go. Locks up, big lock up there on the front left, but that doesn't matter. He's about to put new tyres on that car as he rolls in. Car's looking pretty good. Remember last week we were watching him, he did the Tony Hawk 1080, landed the car absolutely perfect. Then about 10 laps later, stuck it in the wall. Car's looking nice and neat. And touch wood, everybody's car's looking good this week. No off tracks, plenty of spots here. As the cameraman's lost Woody Lizard. He's actually in the pit to the left there, dude. Just swing the camera around a little bit. Obviously not going to be able to do that, so let's get on board, see what's happening. Fuel's going in. So how much is he going to put in? 24 laps. So 24, what's that? That's about 48 litres. He only needs about 48 litres. Oh, no, let's get the calculator out, eh? 24 laps to go times 2.1 equals 50. Way too much. There we go. Lost a lot of time there. 20 litres too much fuel for the Woody Lizard. Where's he going to come out? Looks like he's going to resume back in 6th place. Is he going to come out in front of his teammate though? Where's his teammate? No, I think that's him just gone past. There we go. Dropped the position. Too much fuel in the car that time. All right. All the fuel stops done. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys with time penalties. Let's see how this race finishes out now. We'll jump on board with the leader. Just coming up to lap Woody Lizard now. Will traffic play a part in this? Interesting to see. Of course, it all depends where you catch them. The traffic can do their best to get out of the way, but you really don't want to catch these guys coming into Stowe and Vale and Club. They're going to hold you up. You really want to be catching them going through the down the straights. There he goes. Runs a bit wide there. Back on the power. Just needs to keep it together. Giving the curbs plenty of room. Curbs are pretty dangerous in project cars too, depending on what they are. Sometimes they'll just spit you out of the track into the wall. Best not to touch the curbs in this race. Great lap. Way too much fuel, as we were saying before. Only need 50 laps, 50 litres to get to the end. He's got 91. Alright, closing in on the back markers there. Here comes Sato. He's got a back marker between him and Pigeon as well. He's needs to keep it together though, stay on the podium this race. Had an absolute atrocious race last week. Can't remember the French circuit, you know, the one where I butchered all the names. Doing all right here. Logical Sport holding it together, but he's got Dark Racing 40 chasing him down. This is for podium. And Logical Sport's pulled out a few more points too in the championship where he's going here. In the Basmac team on the podium, 2 cars on the podium. Let's see what Dark Racing 40 can do about that though. He's not going to give up that easy. I think it'll be hard pressed to catch Sato, but definitely got a Logical in his sights. And a Logical, I don't think he's going to battle too hard because he's got the championship to think of. So, you know, 6 points, that's all. While you get a trophy for being on the podium, you also get 6 more points. Is it worth chasing those 6 points to end up in the dirt? Maybe drop way down the order? I don't know, that's a question he's going to ask himself as he goes around here. Night Havoc fought hard early on. I'm guessing that just didn't quite have the setup to maintain the tyres throughout his stint. And he's dropped a good 17-18 seconds behind a Logical Sport who he was battling with. Remember, he was battling with Sato earlier on too, so doing his best though to bring it home. Commander Cirrus done a great job filling in for Whopper tonight, come in cold. Didn't have a setup for the car, managed to find one from his teammate, settled in quite good with that, doing a great job bringing this car home for the Armagnac team. Woody Lizard just following on behind, and just behind him he's going to got the leader, Rap Pigeon. And then Commander Jim just crossing the line, there we go, pulling over, letting Sato 40 go through. Dirty tyres, off the track, does the best thing there, just pulls out. Lets it go past. Safe option there. Yeah, Rap Pigeon still chasing down those guys in front. Still hasn't got a lap on them. No cars lapped. 55 laps into this race. Still don't have a lapped vehicle. Great effort by these guys this week. Or maybe this track's just too easy. That'll all change next week, of course, when we do the Bathurst 1000. That's going to be a hectic race. I think it's like, is it the team? I'm not quite sure, but need to check all this out. Just bear with me as I head in here. 1,000 kilometre race, so yeah, that'll be the 161 laps. 161 laps around. Oh, sorry, no. 40 laps, 240 lap splits. Get around the Bathurst 1000. So interesting to see how that race plays out. All right, Dark Racing 40 in the pace team racing colours, closing in on the Logical Sports and the Vasmac. Battle for the top of the championship table here, as far as the teams go. Well, not really. Well, battle for a podium spot anyway. Holding it together. Woody Lizard got past Commander Cirrus here. Is that team orders? Could be. So Woody Lizard needs the points to chase down the Logical Sports in the championship. Oh, who else? We've got someone else going past. Here we go. He's the leader. Rap Pigeon just over past the first car. Commander Cirrus and Commander Jim. First 2 cars are lapped down. Oh, it's so loud, these cars. Just trying to find my volume before I go deaf. My headphones here. Alright, just trying to hold on. As I said, Commander Cirrus coming cold, hasn't done the laps. Probably just starting to struggle a bit with focus at the moment, but he's holding it in there for the team, doing a great job. Get back up here, Dark Racing 40. This is where the battle is. Battle for the podium. Got to bide his time now. He had fresher tyres, remember. We're going to see those fresher tyres come to fruition. Alright. Down into Stowe. Nice and early on the power. Got a good lap time going here. One of his fastest. Out on the brakes. Oh, this has a double bite there at the steering. All over the back of the Logical. Yeah, another good lap, 102s. Shadow's had a bit of a bad lap there somewhere, 105, 106 he's run that lap. So we've got the other guys doing 102s, Woody Lizard, Night Havoc in the 103. So their pace is there. They've just been a bit inconsistent throughout the race. Commander Sirius on 104, Commander Jim on 104. We've got Shadows. Who's he got in front of him? So he might have got a bit held up there by Commander Jim, I believe. Let's have a look back here. Yeah. Might be what his slow lap time is. Got held up in the traffic there. As I was saying, depending where you catch the traffic on this track, can be brutal. Get them on the straight, fantastic. They can leave you some room. You can get past under full throttle. Catch them into the slower sections, and you've actually got to wait to get past them. It's a bit dangerous from the pullover out the way. Shadow running just a little bit wide there. We go back to this battle for third. Dark Racing 40. Let's head to the trackside cameras. Hopefully we get some better shots. Come through here, down into the hairpin. Just closing a little bit under brakes. Power down. This other little corner here using all the track and then some as they come out on the hanger straight. We set up in front of them there. I think that's Commander Jim up there. Dark Racing 40 still not able to close down on Logical Sports. These cars are so evenly matched. You'd swear that they were actually identical, and then it just comes down to setup and the driver ability. Dark Racing 40 looking pretty racy. Showing his car in every mirror that's on the Logical Sports, the left, the right, the middle. Just trying to distract him. I'm surprised he hasn't started flashing the lights yet. Nothing more annoying than someone flashing their lights at you, especially when they're slower than you. Alright, so come into Abbey. Down to fourth gear, holding on. Up to fifth. Alright, looks like Commander Sirius has caught up to the back of Woody Racing again. I'm guessing Woody had to let the leader pass. So probably slowed him up just a little. Yeah, there's the leader there, Wrapped Pigeon. Looking comfortable again. He's got an 8-second lead over Sato and 2 cars between him and Sato. Sato just in the background there, you can see him flash in. These guys here run a pretty solid race. I'm saying all the cars look relatively clean. These two guys, they've swapped position a few times in this race. Bringing home a good points all for the... Oh, look at Woody Lizard, absolutely trying hard there. Almost drifting the car through there at about 200 kilometres an hour. Not something that I want to be doing. Manages to hang on to it. Running a good time as well, 103s. Back to these guys here. Oh, pardon me. Been a long day. I was over at Spa with Woody Lizard a bit earlier on, running the Audi Evo 2, doing our test race. ANZCRL. We're involved in quite a few different places. Here we go. I think that's Commander Jim just moving over to let these guys who are racing through. It's great courtesy from that man there. Knows that he's out of the race and out of contention this time. So not getting in anyone's way and affecting the outcome of the race. I say ANZCRL, we have quite a few drivers racing in quite a few different leagues around the Ethernet. So next Sunday, there'll be 3 of us, actually there's 5 of us. We've got the Guiatini brothers in the Porsche, we've got Colonel Lloyd, and myself, Knight Pegasus, and Woody Lizard running the Audi at the 6 Hours of Spa with Far Gone Racing. We've also got a few drivers running in a few other leagues. I think the Gravel Legends as well, where Logical Sports tends to do a bit of racing with them. Slide Science, doing some racing on the Xbox series and ACC. Woody Lizard racing, I think he races 10 days a week on ACC when he's not here at Project Cars. Quite a busy driver, that guy. So we race all around, getting our name out there. We also have a few drivers competed at the Bathurst 1000 on iRacing this weekend. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend that due to work commitments. So Fish Racing out there running around. Go and check out his channel on Facebook and YouTube. Fish Racing, AG Motorsports. Quite a few of us do some iRacing, and some guys getting into the low fuel motorsports on ACC. So, yep, quite a good group of guys here racing all over the country, all around the world, and other groups getting the brand and the name out there in all of us guys' respectful races. And if you'd like to come and join us, head over to our website, anzcrl.weebly.au.com.org.net. One of those ones, try them all. I'm sure you'll find us there. Just look up ANZCRL in your browser. Find us. Come along, join us in our Discord. Look up our Discord, ANZCRL on Discord, and come and join us for some motorsport. Guys are more than happy to help you out, point you in the right direction. Always looking for new team members, especially when it comes to... Oh, look at Dark Racing 40. He's really trying hard. Hey, he's had a bit squirrely out of there last couple of laps. Still not able to make any inroads into a logical sport. But as I say, yeah, come and join us. Great group of guys. If you love our sim racing, we'd love to have you join us. Come to the fold. And look out for us too on Automobilista 2. That's the next big sim that we'll be heading towards as Project Cars support gets faded out later in the year. All right, where are we? Lap 64 of 84, 20 laps to go, 21 laps to go. Things are pretty much just nose to tail, line to line. Not much else happening. This is the big battle on board on the track at the moment, but still about a second between these two guys. Let's have a good look through here. So we'll go through, let's talk about some of the drivers. So Rap Pigeon started the season with V8 Supercars. Had a relatively good season. So he's had some technical issues, hasn't helped him. So his positions where he's finished throughout the season. So first race he finished in 6th spot. Second race 2 he had a bit of a issue, got disconnected. In 9th he was looking pretty good in both those races. Race 3 finished 7th, then a couple of 4ths when we went to France. See where he is, and now he's up in front where he's been proven that he could be there all season. So let's hope he finishes in that position. Been a great addition to the ANZCRL roster. Sato Racing, this man, he's fast. One of the... Oh, gets it a bit sideways there. Just doing his signature burnouts as he comes around Stowe. He's fast, this guy. Brilliant driver. Tries hard all the time, except when he's not. Hasn't quite had the results this season in the V8 Supercar. So 7th in race 1, 8th in race 2, and then 3 6th places in race 3, 4 and 5. But today he's got a second pretty much in his grasp here, just got to keep it on track, and he should bring that home in second. I think he took out the Triple Crown this year, Triple Crown being Daytona, the Indy car race, and Bathurst last year, so he got the Triple Crown. Alright, Logical, another great addition to the ANZCRL roster. Great guy, loves his racing, always streaming on Twitch. As I said, runs with the Gravel Trap Legends, likes his iRacing, and had some great positions this year, great finishes. This is why he's leading the championship. So 1st in race 1, 4th in race 2, 3rd in race 3, 1st in race 4, and then 7th in race 5. I think he used up his tyre allocation last week for that final race, but very consistent all season. Dark Racing 40, he's another one of our Triple Crown winners from a couple of years ago. Had an up and down season, started off badly with a 10th in race 1, found it hard to come back from there, but managed to get up in the 4th in the championship with a 2nd in race 2. Then he's had a couple of 5ths, race 3 and 4, and then managed to win the final race last week in France. Himself back in contention. So he's about 48 points behind Illogical in the championship. You can see fighting hard today too, just to get that final podium position. We head over to Night Havoc. Oh, excuse me. Been pretty consistent this season. He's just putted around at his own pace, ran his own race, paying dividends, third in the championship. Been racing with ANZCRL for a few years now. So third in race 1, 7th in race 2. Took out the win at the Nordschleife race 3. Then 7th in race 4, and then 2nd in the final race in France last week. And he's third in the position, 21 points off the championship lead. Woody Lizard, as I mentioned last week, he's the blood, sweat and tears of ANZCRL, founded the racing league way back in 2016. Seen it all the way through those 6 years to today. Puts in so much hard work into this this club. You know, all the races that we race, all the rules, everything, all worked out with Woody Lizard. You know, take my hat off to this man. As I was saying before, races 10 days a week in all sorts of sims, AMS, ACC, and project cars too. Like to see him in Rye racing one day. It'd be great to have him team up with some of the enduros over there. Had a good season. He's in second position in the Endurance Cup. He's had a 4th, a 3rd, a 2nd, a 3rd and a 5th. Pretty consistent. Currently in 6th spot. As I said, things didn't quite go his way tonight. Got a bit distracted with the young fella. He's had to deal with him at home. So, you know, as always, family comes first. But still plodding around, you know, hoping for to capitalise on any mistakes that might come his way. Commander Cirrus, we haven't seen him this season in the V8s. Been busy studying to become a rocket engineer, you know, hoping to send something off to Mars soon. I'm not quite sure what he's studying, but he's off at uni, so obviously that comes first, as it should do in life. Sim racing is just more of a fun hobby for most of us. So filling in for Whopper tonight. His first outing in the V8 Supercars, coming home in a respectable 7th, considering he hasn't touched any of these cars this season. And then finally, Commander Jim, just not his night tonight. Probably just hasn't quite got the car dialed in the way he likes it, but he's done pretty well. 5th in the championship. He's had an 8th, a 6th, a 4th in race 3. 2nd is his best result so far this season in race 4, and a 3rd in race 5. Sees him in 5th with 472 points. So there's all our drivers today, all doing well. You know, hats off to them all. Kept it nice and clean. All the cars are looking a lot better than what we've seen in the last couple of weeks. They struggled with some of the European tracks. A bit bumpy, a bit tight and twisty. Not quite used to that type of racing. Head back here. Let's check out these guys just maintaining their pace now. As you were, less than a second between Logical Sports and Dark Racing 40. Well, what's happened? Sato's had a bit of a moment somewhere. Haven't been keeping an eye on that. Dropped way back. And these guys are slowly reeling him in. Now, there's just a few team orders coming into play here. Not quite sure. Do they want the Logical Sports to get a few more points and finish second on the podium, just to extend his lead in the championship? And therefore, well, it's not going to really affect the teams because they score the same points whichever way they finish. Yeah, going to be interesting to see. Oh, someone in the pits here. Who we got? Sato in the pits. What's happened? What's happened? Not quite sure. Has he got engine damage? Try and get on board with him. Oh, if I can get the right button. In the cockpit. What's he doing? No fuel. Yeah, might have just been some engine damage. Oh, costly. He comes out of the pits. Who's going to get past him here? Is Woody Lizard going to make it past him? Coming out onto, just a bit far back. He's going to put him. Although Sato is quite quick, so if Woody does get him, he'll probably get him back. And Sato out of the pits now. Yeah, well clear of Woody Lizard. Chasing down Night Havoc. So that promotes Dark Racing 40 up to a podium position. Who have we got behind him here? Can't quite see. Commander Jim. No. Not Woody. Oh, this is the leader. Alright, so Sato's pitted from second and is about to be lapped by the leader. That's how costly a pit stop is here at Silverstone National. So these two were fighting for the lead. Now it's the other way round. Turn up to the books. Not quite sure. Maybe Sato's tyres. Just burned his tyres off. Maybe he went with double softs for this. And remember, he did pit earlier than everybody else, so he couldn't quite make those tyres last. He'll have a fast car now and tend to pull away, I guess. Logical Sports, just plodding around. Dark Racing 40. So that's a big change-up. I was about to go through the team's point system. It was sort of work out whether the team Vazmac were closing down Satmal. But interesting. So if they were to finish where they are now, let's have a look. Let's do some calculations. Right, so we've got Team Besmoyne and Pace. At the moment as they finish, they would end up with 483 points. And then we have a Logical and Sato in second and fifth, which would be 363 points. And then we've got Night Havoc in fourth and Commander Jim in eighth, which would give them 340 points. And in the final team, we've got Woody and Cirrus sixth and seventh. That's 337 points. So, working this out, Besmoyne, that would give them 1182 points. This is just rough calculation. You see my maths before, so don't trust me on this. Okay, then we'd have Vazmac would get another 363. That's 1200, 1317 points. And next we'd have Satmal. They would end up with 1,308 points. 1,308 points. And then Almagnac would get 1141. So at the top, who have we got at the top? So Satmal will actually lose the lead in the team championship, but only 9 points between them and Vazmac, who will take the lead. Almagnac, who are currently in third, will lose third place to Besmoyne Pace Motorsport if they finish as they are. So a bit of a shake-up all around. Yeah, here we go. We've got Sato, Night Havoc. Oh, missed that one. So Sato's got his way past Night Havoc while I was doing the points. He is quick, so able to get that pit stop. So that would just increase their lead. Increase their lead over Satmal. Alright, coming up to 9 laps to go. Things are pretty steady now. So let's go through, let's try and work out where we stand in the championships as Night Havoc cuts the corner there. So currently we have a Logical Sports on 527. He did 190 to that, so that'll make him 717 in first place. Woody Lizard currently in sixth with 170 points. That'll make him 886. So Logical Sports extending his lead over Woody Lizard. Night Havoc, who we're following now, currently in fifth. 173, so they give him 679. So Woody Lizard just maintaining his lead there. No, close in. So Night Havoc closing in on Woody Lizard there for second. Oh, what's happened? Oh, I need to focus on what's going on in the race, don't I? Where did Brad Pigeon come from? Let's get on board with him. Oh, he's just passed. There we go. He's just lapped him. That's what's happened. Oh, there might have been a bit of a problem there. Brad Pigeon just passing him. All right, Dark Racing 40's got 479, currently in third. Well, if it's 183, so that'll be 500, 650, 662 points. Commander Jim in fifth, currently being in 8th place, 165 and 472, so that's 537 in 5th place. Sato 15, 427, currently in 4th place, it's 177. 427 got, so that'll be 590, 604. So he's going to overtake Commander Jim. Up in the 5th place from 6th. Rap Pigeon currently leading the race, gets 300. That'll give him 650. So he actually jumps Sato and Commander Jim in the 5th place. And then Whopper, he's getting filled in for with Commander Cirrus, gets 7. He'll end up with 340, 55.5. So a big shake-up in the championship, not so much for the lead, the top 3 staying in their positions, Logical Sport, then Woody Lizard, Night Havoc, the Night Havoc closing in on Woody Lizard. Dark Racing 40 maintains 4th position. Then Rap Pigeon jumps up into 5th. Then Sato, Commander Jim drops down to 7th. And Whopper will jump up into 8th. That's how we should see the title race finish. If my calculations are correct, which some of them possibly aren't. Alright, now what do we got? 6 laps to go. Oh, we're following a lap car, so we've got about 5 laps to go. Let's again just run through the field here. Rap Pigeon, plenty of fuel on board, 33 litres, so obviously over-fueling that car didn't matter too much to him. Just bringing it home. He's just got to bring it home now, maintain his composure. He's got a 30-second lead over a Logical Sport, so just about half a lap. He's got plenty of fuel left. Definitely gapped Dark Racing there in the background. And plenty of fuel left for him. Oh, yeah, 14 litres. That's enough, isn't it? That's 7 laps there. With about 6 laps to go. So got his fuel about right. Sato. Oh. Yeah, he's got plenty of fuel. Whoa! It's sideways. It's showtime now. Sato, he'll be going for fastest lap, I reckon. We'll check that out shortly. Night Havoc, more than enough fuel going along. Just cruising along nicely, a lap down. Woody Lizard in the background here, lap down, plenty of fuel for him. 8 laps for Commander Cirrus, way too much, so probably cost himself a position there, Commander Cirrus, with way too much fuel. And then Commander Jim picking up the tail field. Sato getting it sideways once more. Let's have a look at the timings. Let's see how we're going for fastest lap. All right. Yep, Sato, fastest lap of the race at 101.2. Half a second faster than Wrapped Pigeon, 101.7. 2 fastest guys out on track. And next fastest is Logical Sports with the 102.34. Followed by a couple here. We've got Commander Cirrus at 102.49. It's a good lap there. And Dark Racing just with a 102.560. Just faster than Woody Lizard with a 102.561. So 1/1000th of a second between those guys for their fastest laps. And then the last 2 guys, Night Havoc a 103.5 and his teammate a 103.0 for Night Havoc. And Commander Jim with a 103.6. So probably just didn't quite get their setup right, those guys, this week. So again, once again, Commander Cirrus closing in on Woody Lizard. About a second between these guys. Just need to maintain their position now. just so Woody Lizard can keep his title hopes alive. Of course, we head to Bathurst next week, so let's start talking about Bathurst as this race starts to wind down in the V8 Supercars. So Bathurst, what have we got? We got 2 sessions, a 40 lap session and a 41 lap session. Weather doesn't look too good. There. And next week, points. All important points. Can I just look at what I got my points right here. Hopefully I got my points right. Maybe I got my points wrong in this race. Just trying to see on my sheet here where the points are. I'm guessing the points will be the same because this is a long distance race. This race added to the calendar quite late in the season. So it hasn't quite been updated on the website. So I'm going to say that the points that were given out tonight is the same. So next week, same points, 300 for first. So if you finish first, you gain 24 points on everybody else. Then there's a gap. 276 for second, 258 for third. So what's that? That's an 18-point gap there. So still a chance to pull in quite a few points here, depending on where they finish next week. As we're saying at the moment, 31 points between first and second. So potential, if Woody Lizard wins the race next week, Logical Sports finishes off the podium, Woody could take the championship. So still a lot to play for here. A lot to go on. And as we know, Bathurst, quite a challenging circuit. Getting around Bathurst unscathed is quite a task in itself. It's not about being fast next week. It's about being consistent and safe. You don't want to end up in the pits doing repairs. You also don't want to damage your car, losing time. So, interesting race. I hope you join us next week. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Let's finish this race off here. Alright, lap 82. Let's head up to the leader. Lap 84. So the leader on the final lap. Obviously got 2 laps on the guys behind. Let's follow him around as he comes to take the flag. Driven a superb race. Had a bit of an incident early on with Sato 15. He ended up there off to the left at the hairpin. Regained his composure. Driven an outstanding race, pulled a 30-second gap lead, I think, on Dark Racing 40 before the first round of pit stops. Come in, overfueled his car. Obviously, he's going to do plenty of burnouts at the end of this. But then just driven an absolute immaculate race. Lapped most of the field. As he comes into the Vale for the final time. Went through club. Been a great race here for Wrapped Pigeon. Congratulations on your first win of the V8 Supercars Endurance Series. Well deserved, mate. You've tried hard all season. Congratulations. Coming across the line behind him here, not him, Commander Jim, and then his teammate Night Havoc 5th, for Night Havoc 8th for Commander Jim. Then who else have we got coming in? Trying to get them as they come across the line. I think it's Commander Cirrus, yeah, and Woody Lizard. Great drives from those guys, finished off quite well. Still got a Logical Sports to come, coming into Vale now. Just ran a good race, had a few moments early on, just stayed consistent. As I said, he only had to beat the guys behind him. Great job from him, maintains his lead in the championship. And then third place, Dark Racing 40, that across the line. And Sato closed him down. Great comeback. And there we go, across the line. Fabulous racing from these guys. And there's the confirmation of the results. Wrapped Pigeon with his first win in the V8 Supercar Series. Well deserved. A Logical Sport, consistent as ever. Great points haul, maintaining his lead in the championship with another podium. He's, He's 4th of the season. Dark Racing 40 brings home the 3rd place. Again, that's his 3rd podium of the season. Sato 15, not quite sure what went wrong with him. Probably a win gone begging there. Finishes outside the podium's positions. Hasn't got a podium this season. He'll be aiming to try and change that at Bathurst though. With 4th. Night Havoc, consistent as ever, comes home in 5th. Another good race from him. Commander Cirrus, great feeling. Got Woody Lizard on the line there. Oh, That's cost Woody dearly there. Stolen some points off of his teammate. Might be some words in the garage after that. Woody Lizard in 7th. Could have done with those points to maintain his championship contention. See, so he's going to have to rely on winning next week, and a bad result from Illogical Sports if he's to take out the championship. Commander Jim bringing home the end of the field there in position 8. All right, as we mentioned before in the team sport, I think Vazmac Motorsports gone to first position in the Endurance Cup Results Team Championship from Satmal Racing. Satmal didn't have a good race this week. Armagnac also not a good race, lost 3rd position to the Besmoine Pace Motorsports team. All right, that wraps us up for today. Join us next week when we go and do the Bathurst 1000 Championships on the line, Team Championship on the line. It's going to be a wonderful race. It's going to be exciting. Join me then. I'll see you next week. I've been Night Pegasus for the ANZCRL Motorsport Racing League.